like babies. I'm not saying this in a paternalistic, looking down on new Shahada, since I was a new Shahada and I know how I felt. But there was a brother by the name of Musa Jamal who was assigned to me, probably because I was living in an apartment all the way on the other side of town of the school and the masjid when I became Muslim. And this brother was assigned to me. And whenever I felt lazy and didn't think I should just really get up to go to the mosque or Fajr or anything like that, here comes Musa. Missed me one day, he's on the phone. Missed me 2 days, he's knocking on my door. You okay, Brother Khalid? Can I help you with something? And do you need me to pick you up in the morning? Or you having any kind of financial problems? Musa Jamal, and I thank Allah for him today. But this was a brother that helped keep me on the straight and narrow when I first took Shahada. He was important in my life. The Imam was important, all these other people, but Musa Jamal to me was very, very important. Every new Shahada needs a Musa Jamal. They need an Aisha, an Imam. They need people like this to hold on to them. Because believe it or not, and you should believe it, it is not easy right now. Guidance is easy. As soon as Allah opens up the heart, you got it. But staying on this Sirat al-Mustaqim, staying on this path in this environment where we are right now is not easy. And don't pretend for a moment that it is. So for this new Muslim to embrace Islam in a climate where you have U.S. congressmen, like this idiot out in Colorado, Tancredo, I think his name was, he was talking about if those Muslims act up anywhere in the world again, in America, anywhere else, we're going to go bomb the Kaaba. We're going to go bomb the Mosque of Muhammad. This is a United States congressman talking like that. And some other crazy stuff has been said about Islam and Muslims by people who are supposed to be in responsible positions. Not to mention the idiots that come on some of these news talk shows, these television shows. Not to mention these people on these radio talk shows and things like that. So it ain't easy right now. And you and I have had the benefit and the blessing of a free ride for Dawah in America for the last 30 years. We've had a free ride. But now, the bus driver is saying, you got to pay now to get on the bus. It's not a free ride anymore. And I think we all are going to find that what happened and our practice and our dawah, standing on the street corners of Washington, D.C., hollering at people the way we started doing so many years ago, that it's not that day right now. This is a different time. And if we want to hold on to our new shahadas, we have to embrace them. We have to find ways to meet their needs. It's our duty. One of the allowances, a legal reason, a lawful way to expend the zakat money is for those people who newly come into the faith. Make it easy for them. Identify them and see what they need and spend money on them to make their journey a little easier. Yes?
The previous question brings up an interesting point, and also about what you just finished addressing, about our new converts or recent converts to Islam. My concern, I think, like you said, Dawah is a wonderful thing. We should all be doing it, but at the same time, I think, I personally think, like you were saying, I was wondering if you could address the certain amount of biasness in our own communities towards the new converts. Or within our own selves, not only necessarily new converts, whether it's you're a Palestinian Muslim or an Arab Muslim or an Indian Muslim or a Pakistani Muslim. I think that's a very critical point before we leave today, going out preaching Dawah to other non-Muslims, that we kind of be united in this religion of ours, alhamdulillah. And not only that, that's one question. And the other question, also if you could address to me, is my understanding of the Tabligh Jamaat. And because my past experiences with the Tabligh, I feel like, I don't know if that's very productive or because they tend to be more doing the tabligh within the Muslim community instead of doing more. Is that also a form of dawah? So if you could address the biases and the racial differences within our own community and the tabligh, appreciate it.
Now, I have not done, I just want everybody to know, I have not done anything to this brother for him to set me up with this kind of question and make everybody dislike me. I thought people would like me. Now you dredging up some stuff, man, you starting some mess. You starting some mess. I honestly agree with you. And I started addressing this particular issue in regard to dealing with, in particular, the African American community of which I'm a part. Because many converts to Islam come from this community. And many have expressed in one way or another that they have not felt this welcoming kind of atmosphere. Let me give you, this is not a justification at all. Because it's not my nature to justify wrong. It's just not my nature. But let me share this experience. I think I maybe even mentioned this one time before. I was in a Muslim country that will remain unnamed. And I was there for this 2-week event. And at 3 o'clock in the morning, the English-speaking person who was assigned to our little small English-speaking group was with us, and we were walking around shopping at, I didn't have any money, but they were walking around shopping, at 3 o'clock in the morning, which was not odd. This was the norm. And at 3 o'clock in the morning, this English-speaking brother turned to me in all sincerity and asked, because we had the little name badges on, and I had my little thing saying Imam Khalid Griggs. So he said, Imam Khalid, I want to ask you a question. I said, yeah, what is it? He said, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I said, yeah, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Do you feel inclined as a black man from America to rob somebody at this time of morning in the streets? Right? So I hesitate for a minute to just see, is this guy joking? You know, this is a bad joke, bro. You don't know me that well to be joking with me like that. But I realized he wasn't joking. He was very serious. His stereotypical image of black men in America is that there's something congenital, there's something we're born with that would make us, at a certain time in the morning, something clicks in, right? I got Imam Khalid on my chest. But in spite of that, the genes are going to be so strong that I'm going to pull out a knife or something and go stick it in somebody's back, go run and try to get a pistol and rob somebody. At this event, as a guest of the government, he would ask me something like this. So the next morning, I requested that we get another person, that I refused to have this person around me because I can't be responsible for what I may do or say if he continues talking to me in this kind of way. So please, get this man away from me. I can understand some of the factors that have brought him to this point, but I can't deal with that. And they gave us another person, and alhamdulillah, you know, I was able to get out of there without getting a charge. Now he's talking about robbing somebody. I might not get robbed him, I might bust him in his jaw, right? So they got the guy away from me. The point that I'm trying to get to is that there are many people, oh, and let me give this one, and then I'll move on. I was in another Muslim country that will remain unnamed. And in this particular country, this young brother was going to show that he could relate to me as an African American, right? So the way that he chose to try to relate to me as an African American, and many of you probably don't know about this, it used to be a sitcom on television, I think it was called Good Times or something, and they had this character, J.J. Walker, who was a clown, he was a buffoon. And he had this line that people told me he said, because I didn't look at it, I didn't allow anyone in my family to watch it in my house, but he had this line, dynamite, right? So the guy comes up to me, and he starts, dynamite! And I'm looking at this dude, and I'm like, young man, please, brother. That's not the way to relate to me, man. You know, it's not because I'm older than you. I mean, I can relate to young people, but I'm not there.